Well, we have a little deviation here. Got to take a short break from the hard body and do a little work on the rat rod. I suppose an introduction to that truck is in order, since many people who will see this have no idea about it. But this is a link bar from the rat rod. I'll take y'all out there and show you the truck here a little bit. But the problem is these bushings. As you can see, that is pretty much shot. So every time I turn downhill, the truck starts swaying. I've been trying to find these bushings with absolutely no luck, so we're going to swap them out for some heim joints. Now, this was a what was it? Supposed to be a pan hard bar kit or something like that. Anyways, it has the same size bolt hole, and what I'm going to attempt to do now, is take these ends out, drill the holes out, so that our bung will fit in the hole. Because if I just cut the whole thing out, it's not going to fit right. So I'm just going, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, what's going to be the hard part is getting these ends out, because they don't seem to want to move. So let's put this back down here. Let's put the bung over here, and for starters, we'll start by, should have started by spraying these with PB blasters before I even thought about this, huh? I'm going to stick this end in here. Trying not to scratch my paint, but if I do, I do. Whatever. So we want to hit him up with some PB on each end. Let me grab, well, let me hit the other one. It's laying over here. Actually, let me show you all this one. Because, yeah, gives you a better idea how bad those bushings are. Now, I didn't pick these. I would have probably went with something bigger. That's why I was having trouble finding them, because I haven't found any this small on a truck like this. So I don't know where they got them, whatever. That's what I get for buying a complete back half and putting in my truck, rather than building it from scratch. So I'll try not. And unfortunately, that's what I always seem to run into when dealing with something someone else has bagged. You go in thinking, okay, I can just get in this and drive it. No, not usually the case. Alright, so I need to back this one off enough to get spray to actually get to threads. So, oh, well, that one's moving. That's a good sign. Oh, look at there. Okay, oh, that sounds awful. Okay, now we can spray. And see if, yeah, look at that. And just pull that right out of there. And if I can get the rest of that bushing out of there. And I don't know what it is, but the aftermarket bushings that come with most of these 4-links don't seem to be of a quality material. They seem like they deteriorate real easy. Because on my other truck, I've got OEM bushings from a 90s Oldsmobile, and they're still fine. one of these bar ends did not want to come out, so I sprayed it down good, letting it soak, and hopefully it'll come out tomorrow or something. I didn't about hurt my back working on it. And I got to looking for a drill bit, and I found something even better. I have a boring bit. No, not because it's not interesting. Well, maybe it won't be, I don't know. But because this bad boy is tapered, and so it will start in the hole that's already there and just make it bigger as it goes. Now I just need enough to get this down, sunk down in there. So let's see how this goes, and we're gonna start off by spraying a little stuff on it. Boy, that's crooked as crap in there, isn't it? Yeah, let's see if we can't get that in there a little straighter. Well, the thing is, that's actually meant to go in a milling machine. Or that's the one all the way down. I even have to turn it down slightly. Kind of rough. Had that milling machine set up where I could use it. It would sure be nice. Man. Oh, yes. Perfect. Oh, almost can't get it back out. So it will go big enough. It's a pretty snug fit at the top right there. So we could go just a tad more, or we could taper that, which tapering on the lay is a little bit tricky. And I don't know how hard this metal is. I've never tried to cut a bung. So I can either just keep drilling or take that and try and turn it on the lay. I feel like I should be able to turn it, but we're about halfway down there. It's a pretty tight fit. And I think the top of that is about, I mean, yeah, the top of it's a little bit loose, but not like bad, so. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sink it down enough till this goes down, and we'll be in good shape. Only got to do this 3 more times. Woo! try and recenter that bit again. About another 1/8 of an inch. That's good. I could even drive it down that much, but if I drive it down part way and then it don't go, then I might have a hard time getting it back out. Oh yeah, I think I can make it go. That's it right there. Hell yeah. All right. So with that, well, the lathe was sort of working, but not to my liking. The angle drill would not hold the bit straight, so we're going to try this sucker. This is a Black & Decker. I was looking to see if I happened to see a date, but just, no, it's old. Very old. Now, unfortunately, the angle drill did have a clutch, and this one I do not think has one. So I don't know. I may be going from sketchy to sketchier. It'd be helpful if it had the handle in this side. All right, let's get him started first. Let's see. Oh, hell no! Oh, whoa. Yeah. Well, that's not any straighter, and that thing, that's not just a trigger, that's an on-off switch. Yeah, I don't think so. This looks like a very bad idea. Okay, let's back up and regroup. Okay, let's lubricate a bit and great, still wobbling. Oh! Yeah, that's not gonna work. Jeez. The struggle is real. Well, took a break from drilling for a while. Started back to wrestling with this sucker. That's about all I can get out of it is a pop, and it'll move about a 1/8 of an inch. I'm trying not to break it off though. I think it's moving a little more. Maybe it'll give up here in a minute. Oh, there we go. Still gotta go back the other way. starts moving the whole table. And that table is heavy. Okay. Not going well, not going well at all. Oh, my back ain't liking this. Son of a bitch. I was afraid of that. When it stopped squeaking. Oh, shit. Well, I've done everything I can do to get the other end bored out. I about ruined the boring bit. It was starting to cut pretty good, and then it started jumping and chattering real bad, and when I pulled it out, it didn't look good. Now this. Great. Well, got a little continuation of the rat rod 4 link here. I struggled and fought mightily and got one end in. And then I pretty much about ruined the bit. I cleaned it up. I don't know if it's going to be worth a darn not now because I got it so hot. It's probably ruined. So, then I broke that other end off. So I give up and took it to the same guy that made my tabs. And they fixed it up for me. Drilled them all out, got them all in here. So now I got to weld them up and get them ready to repaint, because during all the process they need to be repainted anyway. So so what I'm going to try and do is do the same thing where I clamp it that I done with that first one. Clamp them, get them spotted in place, and then I'm going to try and just set it here, and hopefully I can rotate and weld. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It's trying to be wobbly. So what I may do is find me a piece of cloth and clamp around it that it'll slide in and hold it steady, because I'd really like to be able to turn it to weld it. I'd get a better weld, because it's hard to weld around something and get a nice looking weld. I got the other one welded in fine. I ground it down. I just would have been happier if it would have been a nice continuous bead around there. So I guess the first thing I need is the bar clamp. Alright, so that's got those tacked in place. I'm going to weld them up. I'm going to try and figure out how to make them rotate to where I can weld them smoother. But anyway, I got to go load an engine in the rain now. So I'll come back to this in a bit. Oh, that looks good. Okay, just got a scrap of vinyl here. I believe this. Oh yeah, that ought to work. So now we're gonna get that inner jaws of the device here. Pull it down. Oh, I can pull that down good and snug, and then it'll still spin. Alright. Well, maybe not that snug, huh? Give it a little slack. Okay, that's the rotation we're going to want to go. Let me get it over here a little closer. This works. Well, it's sort of working, but I'm sort of not keeping it up where I want it. And my puddle is outrunning me. The rotation deal is working pretty good though. I just need to get it up here, start up here and try to stay on top. Surprisingly, my clamp stayed on until I went to pecking on it. Okay. The rotating like this. Alright. Actually worked pretty decent. Okay, the link bars are almost done. I went over them with the flapper wheel and took all the paint off, went over them with the wire wheel, went over them with the flapper wheel, I sanded them, and when I sanded them it showed all the little grinder marks and everything. I wasn't happy with that, so I came up with my finishing process, my final part here, and I'm almost done with it. So I'm just going to show you all a little bit of how I'm doing this last step. Everything's all cleaned down, but I'm going back over it with the wire wheel at an angle, and this gives it this kind of brushed finish like I've got over here. So this is giving me my smoothest, shiniest surface, so this is what I'm going after. Okay, I've been working on these for like, let me see, hour and a half, so, but I think that's about good enough. As you can see, I incorporated my little fabric holder there to be able to turn them and work on them there, but I believe that's giving me a satisfactory surface. Now all I got to do is wipe them down and spray some paint on them. Alright, so come up with a very simple hack. Old school wire coat hanger. Run it through here. And just hanging right up there on the door jamb. Well, door frame. Now, that may get a little bit in the way of spraying, but I think it'll be fine. I could bend them up out of the way, but fine. Now, for my handy dandy rubbing alcohol. For a wipe down. That's what we got off of there, so turn him over and go over it again. Alright. First, we want to mix our paint up. I have a paint shaker, but you know. This is the stuff like you get at Advanced Auto or AutoZone or whatever. This one is actually, it says apply over candy base coat. Ready to spray to lacquer. No mixing required. So the great thing about this is I dump it in the gun, I spray it, it's done. Now, the terrible thing about this is there's nowhere to hold it. Okay, that's about half of that. A little over half of this. Should be enough. That's what I love about this paint is you don't have to do anything but just pour it in there. Like I say, you should use a strainer. I'm not, but you know. Now this line is hooked up on a regulated line at 40 psi and runs through a water trap. So oh yeah, that's good. You know what? I need to turn this nozzle sideways since I'm spraying horizontally. Yeah, that's better. Now this will not, and is not intended to be fully covered like candy, because it's transparent. Now, that's got a coat on it, and first coat is already tacky enough. I'm just going to go ahead and start coating them again. Takes about 3 coats to get the color I want to achieve. See, that orange is coming out more on the second coat. Okay, having camera issues, it sort of cut me off in the middle of what I was saying here. But yeah, those are pretty much done now. Like I say, I'll see if I got any clear and shoot a little rattle can clear on them. And once they're dry, they'll be ready to put back on in the next day or two. And then I can move on to figuring out what the heck's wrong with my carburetor. Because last show I went to in Piney Flats, I had to wire the choke shut. After getting halfway there, the truck quitting on me multiple times, and getting my girlfriend to drive while I rode on the fender and held the choke closed to get to the store. Yeah, that was fun. But anyway, so that, yeah, I forgot what I was saying when it cut off, but that's, I guess that's it for this part. Okay, one more thing. Always clean your gun. Now I have found that brake parts cleaner works pretty well, but I picked this up and it wasn't that expensive, so it works pretty good too. Used to always just use the thinner, which that works as well, but I swear this smells like brake parts cleaner. Maybe not as potent, but yeah, it always sucks if you don't clean your gun and then the next time you go to use it and it's all clogged up and won't do nothing. Okay, after overcoming some obstacles, finally installing these bars. Got one in, so now we just got to put the other one in. And we want our bolt, our spacer, which ended up being 3/8, and so you get one of those on each side. And I still got to tighten that one, but anyway. And then, so the easy thing to do is put your bolt in. Oh wait, and also I had to cut off some of the bolt. So you put the bolt in with one spacer, get that started. You have a spacer up here, and I'll spread that through a little ways, and let's pad this a little bit so that can sit on there without scuffing up our fresh paint on that cinder block. Now, let's get the other spacer in there without dropping down in there like that. Dang it. Would be helpful if you had fully functioning fingers, I guess, but since that's a luxury I don't have anymore, I gotta do the best I can. Ah, come on! Alright, I'm going to run out of spacers real quick at this rate. Matter of fact, I've only got one left. Wait. No, that's right. Alright, spacer's in place now. Hammer your fingers. Almost. There we go. You have to keep wiggling around and tapping until you get it in there. Anyway, you'll get the idea. It's a struggle. I'll be back when I get them done. Okay, this job turned out to be way harder than it needed to be. But we got, let's see here. Got our new heim joints in there. And of course on the back. So that's got the bars fixed. Hopefully this thing will drive right now. It was would sway very badly when you turn downhill, especially, and it was mostly due to those worn out bushings. So this will wrap up this video and take care of my link bars. Next on the agenda for the rat rod will be the carburetor, but that'll be for another day. Later.